And we are back, and today we're getting into some more of the Stranger Things cast with Joe Keery, Gaten, Matarazzo, and Joseph Quinn. If you're new here, my name is Max. I'm a communication skills coach. What I do on this channel is I look at all different types of people's communication skills and I give you my thoughts. If you haven't yet, please do me that favor. Hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you being here. I've never seen these guys before, so this will be my first reaction. All right, here we go.
It's for you.
Okay.
Joe,
Yeah.
You went to Newburyport High School in Massachusetts.
I did.
You can look up the school's lunch menu online.
That's cute.
Seasoned potato wedges.
Mhm.
Seems like a pretty popular menu item at Newburyport. Personally, I don't like potato wedges. Joe, what's the best form of a potato?
First of all, I like Joe Keery's delivery, right? Very smooth, very in control.
It's for you.
Okay.
I like the way he carries himself and presents himself. And then notice Gaten, every time Joe said something, he was gearing up to ask him a question. Gaten acknowledged it.
In Massachusetts.
I did.
School's lunch menu online.
That's cute.
That's cute. Like he's really like heavily engaging in this banter with Joe Keery. From a communication perspective, if we're looking to have fun with people and looking to be more engaging in conversation, that's something we can do. We can sort of reflect on the last thing they said, just as a way to kind of be more involved in the banter.
That's cute.
Seasoned potato wedges. Seems like a pretty popular menu item at Newburyport. Personally, I don't like potato wedges. Joe, what's the best form of a potato?
Gaten's almost like kind of reading him to be like, when is Joe going to mess with me here? Determining and assessing when there's going to be some sort of sarcastic remark. So I'm already sensing that they have this real kind of playful dynamic, the two of them.
The best form of a potato. Baked is great. A loaded baked potato never fails. But regular fries, just with a burger.
What would you load it with?
Sour cream, chives, bacon, cheese. A lot of dairy.
All right. Joe, you want to ask something?
Yeah.
Gaten seems to be like a really fun-loving guy, and I like the way he was kind of expressing himself, talking about those potatoes. I'm a big potato guy myself, love French fries, big chip guy. But Gaten, he can take part in the sarcasm and the humor, but almost immediately after, a few times in this interview, he's kind of broken character and laughed. And acknowledge that he's found this banter funny.
And all of a sudden, like it was like a Narnia situation where I walked between like this like shrubbery, crazy town that looked like a Dr. Seuss book. Stuff that went down. There was like a cool like fish market. I didn't want to wake up because I was like, this town's gonna go away if I wake up.
Notice how Gaten, when he expresses himself, when he's excited, he kind of raises his eyebrow.
A cool like fish market.
The eyebrow raise is an underrated way of showing someone that like you're interested in them or the subject that you're talking about. And Gaten, I've noticed, does that from time to time, and he just seems like a guy who is just fun to listen to because he can get really excited about what he talks about, and it's always fun listening to people who are excited about what they speak about. He's just a lovable guy, isn't he?
That's it.
Cool.
Cool.
Joe?
Keery kind of give him that like subtly like, like sarcastic smile, like kind of low-key teasing him a little. I'm loving their rapport here. I'm loving their banter.
Guys in that conference room in the production office coming in, and you guys were going like just crazy. But the first person I probably met was Natalia, I think. I remember showing up at the table read and kind of meeting everybody, but then hung out with Natalia and like worked on scenes and stuff. So I remember that very well. What about you?
Joe Keery's giving me strong ambivert vibes between introvert and extrovert. He's certainly comfortable facilitating the conversation, and he seems to be doing a good job at that. He's got that right mix of observance and awareness, but also feels completely comfortable when the spotlight's on him.
Okay, this is for both of you guys. Season 4 of Stranger Things takes place in 1986. The biggest movie in 1986.
It takes place in 1986. The biggest thing, notice how he went up in his tone.
1986. The biggest movie.
He was sort of quiet in his tone, and then leading up to the biggest, right? Because that was the word he wanted to bring attention to. Something we can take away there, emphasizing certain words as a form of engaging your audience.
Last one, guys.
No!
No.
Joe.
Hi.
Your character Eddie is into metal music. Apparently, there's a death metal band called Hatebeak, and its lead singer is a gray parrot named Waldo. If you could start a band with any animal, what animal would you choose and what instrument would they play?
Yeah, I love Gaten. I love how animated he gets when he tells stories and speaks. Very engaging. He seems genuinely curious and genuinely fascinated, right? Like, great parrot, Waldo.
Ray Parrot named Waldo.
You kind of want to be around Gaten because he seems to get easily excited in a good way. I think it's good to be excitable.
Animal would you choose and what instrument would they play?
Oh,
I want this question.
I'll answer.
Metal band. Okay, probably gonna go for some kind of something fluffy. Some sheep, kind of sheep playing kind of a tuba.
What about you, Gaten?
A koala.
What would it play? How would it do it?
I'm feeling.
Joe Keery really listens, right? When Joseph was speaking, you see Joe Keery really kind of nodding his head and listening. Half of it, I feel like, is to figure out how he's going to make fun of them. But the other half of it is because I just think he's a good listener and he's a good conversationalist and he cares about these guys. He's certainly showing good active listening signs. And Joe Keery just softly asked 2 small follow-up questions.
A koala.
What would it play? How would it do it?
I'm feeling key.
To further engage Gaten. That's one of the things I encourage as well. Ask those follow-up questions for further engagement, to show that you're interested, to continue the conversation and establish that connection. And I like the way Joe did that because he didn't overpower or overtake the conversation. You hear him quietly just say,
what would it play? How would it do it?
I'm feeling.
Another sign of a good listener. Just because you're speaking and you're in the conversation doesn't mean you can't acknowledge other people and make them feel heard and understood, right? This is all things we can extract from this video here.
It's a bear.
Maybe the bongos.
Tiny
Yeah.
bongos.
It's just the cutest bongo.
Yeah.
2 small bongos.
Just flicking them.
Yeah.
Joseph has got this, Joseph Quinn, he's got this really sort of goofy energy, and then you got Gaten, who's very excited and he's animated and very fun to be around. Then you got Joe Keery on the other end, who's sort of got this calmer, more relaxing, in control energy. So the whole dynamic is certainly interesting.
Well, guys, it's been a great time here. I'm Joe.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Joe.
And thank you guys.
You also see how much tone changes things. If he said, and I'm Joe,
I'm Joe.
then he would state it like a statement, right? But if he said, and I'm Joe, sort of asking it like a question,
And I'm Joe.
it would change the meaning of the joke. And now the joke is like, he's not sure if he's Joe. So tone always, I say this a lot, has a big impact on how we receive your joke or your message as an audience.
So much for joining us for
Cookie jar.
They seem to have a sincere bond. You know, it's cool seeing these cast members because they spend so much time together, you'd imagine. So there's no surprise that they'd be super close. As always, if you want to watch my uncut reaction and analysis, you can head straight over to my Patreon page. I put all my uncut reactions on Patreon, and I go live every single week with my Patreon community. It's a ton of fun. Would love you to join. Other than that, my name is Max. I will catch you soon. Peace.